Hey everyone, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today we have a drag build and tune for this 1997 McLaren F1 GT. So if you enjoyed the video or find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so first we want to bring our McLaren F1 GT up to the festival drag strip, so we can see how fast it is by the speed trap at the end. So pulling up to the line here, we're going to launch from 5,000 RPM. Should get lots of wheel spin in first, but we have traction by second gear. Up into fourth now, and we cross the line at 333 kilometers an hour. So obviously you can get a couple kilometers an hour faster down the drag strip when it's not snowing and wet. But now we'll be taking it into the drag strip race so we can see how fast it is against other cars, as well as get a quarter-mile time by the end. So launching here, again a bit of wheel spin in the dry, but we are going much quicker than in the wet, absolutely destroying all the other cars there, and we got a time of 7.3 seconds. Right, so now that we've seen how fast the McLaren F1 GT is, we'll now take it into the festival and I'll show you how to upgrade and tune it. Alright, so if we bring our 1997 McLaren F1 into the custom upgrade menu here, first we'll come down to the conversions tab to swap in the all-wheel drive drivetrain as well as the twin turbos. So you can come out of conversions now, we'll go into the tyres and rims, as there's nothing we need to do in aero and appearance. So here we'll be putting on the drag tyre compound, as well as making the front and rear tyres as wide as possible. Don't need to change out the rim style as they're already lightweight, but we will be adding the rear spacers. So out of tyres and rims, now into drivetrain. So in here we'll be doing the race clutch, race transmission, race driveline and the race diff. You can come out of drivetrain now and into platform and handling. In here we'll be doing the race brakes, then rally springs, followed by the race weight reduction. So we can come out of platform and handling, now finally into the engine. In here we'll be doing the race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race exhaust, race cams and valves, race engine block, race pistons and compression, race twin turbos, race intercooler, race oil and cooling, and finally the race flywheel. So that's it as far as the upgrades go for the McLaren F1 GT, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. So with all of these upgrades applied to the car, we can now come down to the tuning menu here. So first I'll show you the metric tune, and then I'll show you the differences for the imperial tune, and I'll leave the tune code on screen now. So for the front and rear tyre pressures, you want to bring this down to 1.0 bar. Just like that in the front, same for the rear. Then we come over to gearing next. We're going to set our final drive down to 2.60. Just come a fair way down to there, to 2.60. First gear, we're going to set this to 3.25. Just come a fair way up to there. Second gear, we're going to set this to 2.10. Third gear, we're going to set this to 1.48. And fourth we'll set to 1.15. So next is the alignment, so we'll come into here. Then for the front and rear camber angles, we're going to set this to 0 degrees, like that for the front. Same for the rear. Then if you come down to the front cast angle, we're going to set this to 7 degrees. Next, if we come over to the anti-roll bars, we're going to set our front and rear anti-roll bars down to the minimum possible, which is 1.00, and then same again for the rear. So next is the springs tab. We're going to set our front springs here to 2.50, come down to there, and in the rear we're going to set this to 68.0, so just come a little way up to there. Next is the dampening tab. So in here we're doing 1.7 for the front rebound stiffness, and in the rear we'll set this to 3.9. For the front bump stiffness we're going to set this to 1.2, and in the rear we'll bring it up to 4.3. Then finally is the differential tab at the end. We're going to set our front acceleration up to 95%, just like that. And in the rear, we're going to max it out at 100%. And then finally, the center balance, we're going to bring this up to 79%. So that's it as far as the metric tune goes. So now I'll show you the differences for the Imperial tune. Alright, so as far as differences go for the Imperial tune is you want 15 PSI in both the front and rear tires. Then if we come over to the springs tab, in the front here you'll want 140, and in the rear you'll want 380. So that's it as far as the differences go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright guys, so this has been a drag build and tune for the 1997 McLaren F1 GT. If you want to see a race build and tune for this car, comment down below. But if you liked the video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.